Hey you guys, welcome back. So today I am talking about how to care for eczema skin types in the winter time. These tips that I'm going to share with you will work for any season, but for me my flare-ups are the worst in the winter because my skin is more dry, and so I chose to focus on how I care for my skin in the wintertime specifically. And so the biggest thing when you have eczema is that since you're scratching and since your skin barrier is disrupted, it leaves you more susceptible to irritants coming in, to bacteria, and then to dryness because you're not able to hold that moisture in. And so this routine and what I have found to help my skin the most is when I am making sure that I am holding in as much moisture as possible. So then when I do get my flare-ups, when I follow this routine, they don't last as long and I don't get scarring that's left on my skin, okay? And most everything that I'm sharing with you guys, I learned from the National Eczema Association's website called nationaleczema.org. And so if you want more information or just some follow-up with why I do the things I do and why I recommend them, then I definitely recommend going to that site. There will be a link in the description box. And so I'm going to talk about cleansing first and then talk about moisturizing. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So first, when you are cleansing your skin, there's a few things that you want to keep in mind. Whether you're taking a bath or taking a shower, make sure you're using warm but not hot water. Hot water is going to dry your skin out more and cause more irritation. Secondly, whichever of the two you choose, shower or bath, don't stay in for more than about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Thirdly, you want to make sure you're using a gentle cleanser or a soap-free cleanser that is free of also dyes or any fragrance. A lot of times I'll see advertisements for sensitive skin cleansing washes, but when I look at the ingredients, there's so many fragrances listed. And so check the ingredients of the cleansers that you're using. Make sure there's no dyes and no fragrances. That is going to save your skin. 3, try not to use loofahs or washcloths unless they're hypoallergenic washcloth. If you don't have a hypoallergenic washcloth, just use your hands. That's what I use and I think it's fine, but some people maybe feel like they're not getting clean enough if they're not using a cloth. In my opinion, the cleanser is going to do its job with getting the dirt off of you, and then the warm water will definitely rinse whatever is left on your skin away. And so I don't feel like I need to use a washcloth. Number 4, when you are coming out of the shower, make sure you pat yourself dry with a towel. I envy my fiance who can take his drying towel and kind of do this little number and dry his whole back off. If I did that, my back would be tore up. So just make sure you're patting yourself dry. So now I want to move on to talk about moisturizers. So moisturizing is pretty much the most important thing in your skin routine when you have eczema, because you want to seal in moisture, but then you also want to keep allergens and irritants out. So you want to try to heal that skin barrier so that less things are coming in and irritating your skin. So when you get out of the shower, it's most important for you to moisturize within 3 minutes of drying off, because within that 3 minutes you still have a little bit of the moisture from the water in your skin because it hasn't had a chance to evaporate off of that top layer of skin. And so when you do your moisturizer on top, you're sealing in that moisture. Now you have options when you're choosing your moisturizers. You can choose something that's a heavy oil, something that's a cream, and then you have your lotions. Eczema skin types, your best bet is going to be to use something with a heavy oil, because the oil helps to trap the moisture in but also keep the irritants out. Then if you don't want to use an oil, or you don't have any oils, or it's just too messy, then your next best bet is going to be to use a cream. Something that is thick, that will not evaporate quickly, that will help to hold the moisture into the skin. If you don't have that, then your last best thing will be lotion. Lotion is better than nothing. However, it's not going to hold in as much oil as much moisture as a cream or an oil would. For me, I choose the oils, especially in the winter time, because my skin is so dry. So the oils that I like to use are, one, almond oil. This is just 100% sweet almond oil by Now Solutions. This is not the only brand available. Many different brands are out there, but I like this one. I can find it on Amazon, and I like that it's such a large bottle. So this is 16 ounces, and you can get it off of Amazon for about $8. But almond oil really helps to soothe itching, and it also has anti-inflammatory properties to it. Secondly, I love jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is a much more expensive oil. This is only a 4-ounce bottle, but for the 16-ounce bottle, it's gonna run you about $17 on Amazon versus the $8 for the almond oil. I will say that a little goes a long way with both of these oils, so they're definitely worth the price. The jojoba oil is a lighter oil, and it is absorbed a lot more quickly into your skin. If neither of those price points are going to work for you, then I definitely recommend good old petroleum jelly. So I have the regular kind, and then I have this creamy petroleum. The creamy petroleum works well for me, but it does have a lot of other ingredients in it. They're not active ingredients. The only active ingredient is the petroleum. But if you're somebody with super sensitive skin, then maybe this may not work for you. If you find some creamy petroleum jelly that is pretty much just petroleum jelly, then that might be a little bit better for you. If not, then regular petroleum jelly is recommended by many dermatologists, because even those with the most sensitive skin types are able to tolerate it, okay? And it's very thick. It's gonna do a great job holding in that moisture. For some people, they might think it's too sticky or a little bit too tacky. However, if that is the case for you, then you can just use it on your hot spots, like around your elbows or your antecubital area, your shoulders, your inner thigh, your back, wherever your flare-up spots are. Then maybe just use it on those spots, and then use a regular lotion for the rest of your body. If you are going to use just a lotion for your skin, try to use something that's thick, that is not too watery, that's gonna seal in moisture. A good brand that I love is Lubriderm, because it's thick, but it does run a little bit high as far as the price goes. So at the Dollar Tree, there's a brand called Dermasil, and it's a fragrance-free lotion that is pretty thick in consistency. I love it. I don't have any right now, but anytime I go to the Dollar Tree, I do pick one up, because it's a really cheap option, and it doesn't irritate my skin at all, and it works. So one last thing that I wanted to mention is that when you're out and about, keep a travel size lotion or moisturizer with you, so that when you are washing your hands, going to the restroom, you're at work, you're at a restaurant, whatever you're doing, you have something to keep your hands moisturized immediately after you're washing them. So if you use steroids or other topical creams or ointments for your eczema, make sure you use that before you begin to moisturize. So put that on and then moisturize. These tips that I'm giving are not to replace your current eczema regimen, but just to supplement it. Or if you don't have a routine at all, or maybe you haven't been able to go to the doctor and get a prescription for a cream that's a quick fix for your skin, these are really good things to kind of hold you over and take good care of your skin in the meantime. but also to complement whatever regimen you already have. So I hope that these tips were helpful for you guys. Normally when I have a flare-up, as long as I do these things, they'll clear up in a couple of weeks. When I don't do it, the rashes or the patches will last for weeks on end, and so I have to do these things, and sometimes they clear up in a couple of days. It really just depends on the severity of the flare-up. However, all of these things help me a lot, and I hope that they help you too. Stay tuned for more videos from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.